Beginning our class here with our hands at heart center, gently pressing between the pads of the fingers, letting the thumb rest on the sternum in the middle of the heart. Just taking a moment to simply honor the practice that is about to unfold. Welcoming all of ourselves to the mat. Welcoming all the anxieties, all the fears, the stress, the tension. Welcoming as well the softness, the compassion, the empathy, the love. Let's bring our hands down onto the thighs, on taking a hold of the knees and starting to stir the bowl. That pelvic bowl just beginning to slowly circle the body in a clockwise position. Imagining the spine as a strong, long spoon, and simply our pelvic bowl is what is being stirred. Let's go one more time all the way around. When you come back to the front, we're just going to pause, and then we'll change directions, and taking our circle now into a counterclockwise position. Lengthen through the arms. Bring your belly as far forward over the thighs, over the knees as you can, and reach all the way back. Let's come back to the center. Taking a twist to our left, bring your left hand behind the body. Right hand travels across the body. Grabbing a hold of that outside of that left near thigh. Inhale, push into the left hand, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist through the belly of the chest and turn the chin to face over that left shoulder. On an inhale, let's release the twist. Reach your arms up to the sky, reach up and look up. Lift your heart, pull the belly in softly. Root down through the sits bones. Twisting now to the left. Take your right hand behind you, left hand across the body to the outside of that right thigh. Inhale, lengthen, push into that right hand. Exhale, gently twist, looking over the right shoulder. Twisting through the belly to the chest, ultimately turning the chin, looking over the left shoulder. Let's release that twist. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, fingers to the floor in front of you, and we're just going to walk the hands forward. Finding some length in the spine, lifting right up out of the hips. Walking those fingertips forward, having the fingers tented on the pin. Now drop your head. Bring your ears by your biceps. Push into the fingertips, slide your hips back. Pull your belly back and up. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Find length in the spine. Keeping the sits bones rooted on the earth. Stretch just a little bit longer. And exhale, soften. Inhale, you're walking your fingertips back towards your body. And then moving into our tabletop position, a few rounds of cat and cow. So bringing the heels of the hands under the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. Always maintaining a soft bend in the elbows. Shoulders above elbows. Wrists below elbows. Knees are about hip width apart. Start with an inhale. Stay everything still. Breathe in deeply. As you exhale, coming into your cat pose, bring the chin to the chest. Bring the belly up towards the spine and tuck your tail down. Breathing in, send your belly down to the ground. Roll your chest forward. Lift your chin up. Look up. Draw the shoulders back. Extend your tailbone high to the sky. Breathe, exhaling. Finding our cat pose, chin to chest again. Round the back. Take a breath in. Bring your chest forward, lift your chin up, tip your tailbone up. Exhale that breath, pull the belly up to the spine. Tuck the tail down towards your knees. Chin to chest, push into the heels of the hands. Breathing in when you're ready, inhale. Coming forward, lifting the chin high. And exhaling, arching the back, rounding the back. Shoulders are broad. Push into the heels of your hands. Stretch through the shoulders. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, take a look over your right shoulder. Slide your hips to the right. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, look over your left shoulder. Exhale, come back to neutral. Walking your knees back a couple of inches, preparing for down dog. Curl the toes under, pull the belly up to the spine, inhale. On your exhale, lift your hips, drop your head, push your heels towards the mat. Start to walk your dog, taking deep knee bends in the right knee, pushing the left heel to the floor with a straight leg. Shifting down to a deep bend in the left knee, pushing the right heel deeply towards the mat. And we're just going to walk that out a couple more times, alternating between knees, straightening and lifting. Coming into some stillness now. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Your eyes are looking right between your heels. Spread your fingers wide. Push into the thumb and the index finger. Straighten your arms. Keep it a soft bend in the knees. Now bring the biceps of the ear by the ears. Push the heels down. Lengthen from fingertips to the tailbone. And then find the length from the tailbone to the heels. Always again a soft bend of the knees. Tip the tail up. Push your heart back towards those thighs. Inhale here, lift up high on your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees and hover them above the mat. Stay for a breath, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, lift your hips up high. Exhale, push those heels towards the mat. Inhale, lift up high on your toes. Exhale, pivot on the toes, bring the heels over to the right side. Push the heels towards the mat. Stretch along left side body. On your inhale, float both heels back up towards the sky. Pivot on those toes, bring the heels to the left. Push those heels down. Invite a long, big stretch into the right side body. Feel the stretch along those intercostal muscles. Inhale, let's float back up onto the toes. Exhale, soft bend of the knees. Push your heels towards the mat. Breathe in, look up past your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Take little wee steps and walk your feet up in between your hands. Feet are about hip width apart. Head is heavy. Fingertips on the floor. Gently shake your head yes or no. Feeling the release in the lower back. Grabbing for opposite elbows with your hands and now just gently swaying the upper torso side to side. It's like a pendulum in an old grandfather clock. Creating space that is naturally there in the spine. We're just recovering that space. The forces of gravity in our daily effort, gently and slowly, tends to compress the lower back. Let's just create that space. Bring your fingertips onto the floor. Place your fingers up onto the thighs. Soft bend of the knees. Inhale. Come up halfway. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone, grow tall through the crown of the head. Lift your toes up, push down through the four corners of your feet, simply let the toes rest on the earth. Pull the belly up towards your spine, exhale forward, fold, fingertips again, land on the floor, they may be resting on your feet or even on the thigh or on the shins. Inhale, this time bring your hands to your shins, just below the knees. Push into those shins and now flatten your back, straighten your arms. Once again, chin towards chest, look straight down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull the belly up to the spine, then lift the belly to the heart, extend through the tailbone. Lift your toes up, root down through the four corners of your feet. As you exhale, pull the belly up to the spine. Drop your head, fingertips again, visit the earth. Fingers down to stay on the floor this time. Now push into the fingertips.
Flatten your spine as best you can forward. Take the chin away from your chest, draw your shoulders back. Feel the tightness of the hamstrings in the back of the legs. Once again, lift your toes up, root down. Let the toes rest on the floor. Exhale. Push into the fingertips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, soft bend in the knees. Sweep your arms away from your body. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up, look up and stretch up. Spread your fingers wide, reach to the sky, soften your shoulders, lift up your heart. Smile as you gaze up in the sun which provides energy to the foods we eat. Now take some of that energy in your hands, palms come together, exhale, you're going to place that energy right into your heart. Take a breath in through the nose. Softly exhale, feel the beating of your heart. Breathe in again deeply. And exhale softly, reminding yourself of why you're here on your mat today. Setting an intention. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Arms rest alongside your body. Inhale, sweep them up to the sky, look up. Palms come together, slide them through heart center, pull the belly in, bend at the waist, hinge at the knees, forward fold. Hands to thighs, hands to shins, fingers on the floor, halfway lift, your option. Exhale, fold, soft bend. Inhale, reverse swan dive your arms, rise up, reach up, and look up to the sky, root down to rise up. Palms come together, and yes, we're just forward folding, coming all the way back down again. Half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach forward and up this time, looking up, reaching up. Palms come together, interlace the fingers, bring the pointer fingers. Inhale, lengthen to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Start sending your fingertips towards the back of the room. Lift your heart. Keep your hips over your heels. Feeling the stretch in the upper back through the chest. Lifting your heart up. Bring the palms come together. Slowly come forward, hands to heart. Chin to the chest. You're just going to take a breath. Letting go of anything that might have shown up. Arms alongside the body. Sweep them up to the sky. Inhale. Touch your palms and then swan dive. Lead with your heart. Hinge at the waist. Keep that soft bend in the knees. Fingers to the earth. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Step your right foot high plank. Hold your plank. Wiggle those toes a little further back so the heels are right above them. Engage your thighs, engage your legs, squeeze your buttocks together. Push down through the pad of each and every finger. Shoulders are wide, belly is pulled in. Send those shoulder blades down your back, chin away from chest. On an inhale, lift your hips, draw up your head, push your heels to the mat, downward facing dog. And inhale, high up on your toes, exhale, wave your body forward, high plank. Inhale, downward dog, flowing back to down dog. And exhaling, coming back forward, high plank position. One more time, inhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Exhale, wave your body forward, high plank. Everyone lower down to your knees, uncurl your toes. Elbows brushing alongside body, come down in a long line, belly, chest, and nose, all touch the earth at the same time. No weight in the hands. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Push the tops of your feet down. Hover your hands just above the mat. Hands down. Exhale, nose down to the mat. Just a baby cobra. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Engage the lower back. Lift up just a little bit higher. Don't use those hands. Exhale, lower down. Come up onto your fingertips. Tent those fingers. Keep your hands at shoulder height. Now inhale. Push into those fingertips. Lift your heart right up past your belly button. Pull the shoulders back. Open up through the collarbone. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Keep your legs engaged. Take one more breath. And exhale, slowly lower everything down to the mat. Place your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, come up to hands and knees. Curl your toes under, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Look up to your hands, bend your knees, step, hop, or float your feet in between your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, breathe in, lift up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, high plank, inhale. Option to use your knees. Exhale, low plank or upward facing. Lift it up, upward facing dog. Push it back, downward facing dog. Push into your right foot. Lift your left foot high to the sky. Bend the left knee and stack left hip on top of right hip. See if you can lift that left knee higher, all the while pushing that right heel to the mat. Squeeze the left foot towards your butt. Shine those hips to the left side of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now straighten the left leg. Square your hips. Point the left toe to the ground. Left leg is long. Inhale, bring the left knee into the chest. Pull the belly up and in. Shoulders over wrists. Inhale, left leg is high. Step the left foot beside the left thumb at the top of the mat. Step your right foot halfway in for warrior one. Point the right toes to the top right hand corner. Square your hips, engage your core. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up and rise up. Warrior one. Pull the left hip back. Bring the right hip forward. Gently draw the belly back to the spine. Lift the belly up to the heart now. Draw those lower ribs together and let your heart lift up. Even take your gaze up, finding just a little bit of a back bend. Breathe in up the front side of your body. Breathe out down the back side of your body. Looking straight ahead, finding cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, lifting your heart. Take your elbows slightly forward. Fingertips reach behind you. Look up. Lower your chin down. Hands to heart. Fingertips to the floor. Step back, high plank. Hold your plank. Bring your right hand under your face. Bring your feet together. Stacking left foot on top of right foot. Reach your left arm up. Take your gaze up towards your left hand. There's a modification here if you need it. Maybe that left foot in front of right knee. Option to lift the left leg up. Take one more breath. Left hand down, high plank. Breathe in. Option to use your knees. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Root down with your left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Stack right hip over top of left. Take a peek under your right arm. Lift that right knee higher as you squeeze the right foot towards your butt. Take one more breath in. Straighten the leg. Square your hips to the floor. Come forward, high plank, knee to chest. Pull the belly up and in. Inhale, send the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot by the right thumb. Left heel steps in. Warrior one. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, deep lunge into that right knee. Lift your toes up, spread your toes wide as you root down through the corners of your feet. Bring the right hip back. Bring the left hip forward. Pull the belly back and up. Knitting the lower ribs together, you let that chin lift as you look up into the strong, powerful warrior that you are. Relax your face. Bending the elbows, finding cactus arm in our warrior one. Spreading the fingers wide. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Opening up through the heart. Slowly push your elbows forward. Let the fingertips simply point behind you. And let this lift your heart up. Look up. Pull the belly in. Coming back to look forward ahead. Hands come together. Fingers to the floor. Step back, high plank. Hold your plank. Left hand under the face. Feet together. Side plank. Right hand to the sky. Look up into your right hand. Option again. Modify. Maybe your right foot wants to lift. No pressure. One more breath. Right hand to mat. Hips lift up. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fill up. Let it all go. Look up to your hands. Bend your knees. Step or float yourself to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, bring your arms up to the sky. Take a soft bend in the knees. Push down through your right foot. Lift up the left knee. Crossing left thigh over right thigh. Taking now left arm under right arm. Twisting those arms together. Lift your elbows up. Sit down a little lower. Squeeze to midline. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. Keeping your arms exactly where they are. Stepping back into warrior one leg. Left foot steps back. Bend into the right knee. Inhale. Take those elbows up. Take the fingertips towards the back of the room. Lift your heart. Find a soft bend in the upper back. Keep your belly engaged. Keep that right hip coming back, left hip coming forward. Slowly lower the elbows. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. Turn the right palm to the sky, left hand back thigh. Inhale, finding your peaceful warrior, your exalted warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe up the right side of your body. Walk those left fingertips down your back. Last breath here, guys. Come on back to warrior two. Inhale, lunge. Inhale. Reach forward. Place your right elbow on that thigh. Take your left arm over your head. Extended side angle pose. Turn your chin to look under the left bicep. Create length from the heel of the left fingertips, left foot to left fingertips. Heart lifts up. Breathing in and breathing out. Now take that right arm now and reach it up there as well. You move into the power part of our class. Again, opening your heart up over that left shoulder, keeping your body long. Right elbow to thigh. Inhale. On your exhale, come on back to warrior two. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out completely. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten that right leg. Turn all your toes to face the left side of your mat, elbows squeezed together. Breathe in. As you exhale, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Long spine. Bring your fingertips down in between your feet. Bring the weight of the body to the toes. Draw the energy up, the inner arches of the feet, the legs, the thighs. Pull your belly up. Drop your head. Push into the hands to lift your hips higher. Maybe bringing the belly along the thighs. One more time, pushing into the hands, lifting the hips. Let the body come along. Just like a little bit of a halfway lift here. And then exhale, round over those thighs. Dropping your head with open eyes, looking between your legs. One more breath. Walk your hands slowly out from underneath you. And now walking your hands towards your right foot. Frame that right foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Hands on shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Look straight ahead. Bring the weight into your left foot. Soft bend in the left knee, right leg lifts up. Crossing right thigh over left thigh. Scissoring those thighs together. And taking your right arm onto the left arm as we find eagle on the other side. Squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Lifting the elbows up higher as you trust the strength of that standing leg and sitting down a little bit lower. Elbows lift higher. Knees sink lower. Good work. Carefully, slowly, we're going to uncross that right leg and stepping it back to warrior one legs. Take your time. Build the pose from the ground up. Right toes point up to around 2 o'clock, left toes 12. You square your hips, bend into the left knee. Keep that right leg straight and strong. And then with those eagle arms, inhale, start lifting the elbows up. Taking the fingertips over the head towards the back of the room. Breathing in up the front side of your body. Breathing out down the back side. Take one more breath in. And one more breath out. Now lower your elbows down and inhale. Sweep your arms up. And on the exhale, transition warrior two. Heel toe that right foot a little further back. Turning the left palm to the sky. Right hand rests on back thigh. Moving into our exalted warrior, our peaceful warrior. Left hand paints the sky all the way over to the head and beyond. Keep a deep bend in the left knee. Walk your right fingertips down the leg. There's hardly any weight on that right hand. You're relying on the strength of the core. Lifting the heart up. Modification here, if it hurts to look up, you simply look towards your back foot. Breathing in and breathing in. Let's use this inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Turn the palms, thumbs are up. Inhale, reach forward. Elbow to thigh. Take your right arm over your head. Turn the heart to face up to the sky. As we're trying to shine the light in our heart up into that beautiful sun. Lengthen as you inhale. Open up as you exhale. Option to go power here. Left arm reaches up as well. We're going to frame our face and our biceps. Right shoulder back, left shoulder comes forward towards the right side of the mat. One more breath. Left elbow on thigh. And inhale. Back we come. Exhale, lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to hips. We're going to straighten that left leg. Turn our toes to face the right side of the mat. Let's reach our arms up. Both arms reach up. Wide-legged forward fold. Lift your heart up. Take your gaze up. Pull your belly in. Hinge at your waist. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Just come halfway down. Reach towards the right side of your mat.
Your belly's parallel to the floor. Look straight down. Guide your hips back in line with your heels. Take another breath here. Take your arms out like airplane wings now. Stretch through the fingertips, reaching in opposite directions. Turn your palms to face, thumbs down to the ground. Now bring those arms over your head, interlace the fingers above your head. Drop your head, look in between your legs. Take your arms over the head. Keep lifting your hips up. Drawing the energy from the inner arches up the inside of the legs. Carefully, slowly release your hands down to the mat. Soft bend in the knees. We're going to start walking towards the left foot, coming to the top of our mat. Up on the toes of your right foot, we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Push your heels down. Walk it out again. Coming into stillness. Heels aching to touch the earth. Hips reaching to the sky. Pushing the hands away from the shoulders. Moving into pigeon right side, push into your left foot. Sweep the right leg up, bend the right knee. Lift and stack right hip on top of left. Straighten the legs, square your hips. Look forward. Deliver the right knee to the outside behind the right wrist. Bring your right foot towards your left wrist. Drop the left knee down. Now take a moment and walk your hands back towards your hips. Standing up nice and strong here in our proud pigeon. Fingertips on the ground. Pulling the right hip back, bringing the left hip forward. Proud pigeon. Now staying right here is certainly an option. Moving into the in portion of our class, invite you to walk your hands forward here. Coming down onto the elbows. Now if this is as far as we got, I'm encouraging you to maybe use some blocks and maybe rest your head. Maybe you've got a pillow, maybe you've got a blanket you could use instead. The other option, of course, is coming all the way down onto the floor. So wherever you decide to go today, let that be right for you and your body. So take a moment and make any small alterations, adjustments that you might need. So you can commit yourself for holding this pose for the next 2 to 3 minutes. It's not unusual for this pose to present a number of sensations. Now there is a difference between pain and sensation, and again I encourage you all to recognize when your body is shouting out for pain and when it's just simply exhilarating in sensation. You can only be the judge of that. So if this is causing you pain, I would suggest that you come out of the pose. Everyone's just staying in your pigeon here. For those coming out of the pose, let me show you an alternative for this pose. So I'll have you lie on your back. Bend your knees, bring both knees onto the floor. Take that right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. You're going to take your right hand, reach between your legs and grab a hold of the left thigh or the left shin. Using your right elbow, pushing against that right thigh. Now flex the toes of the right foot. Inhale, push your right hip down and away. As you exhale, squeeze the left knee towards your left shoulder. There's our pose. You're getting the same benefits of those that are enjoying pigeon right now. Pigeon people, come up onto your left toe for a moment. Push that left heel back and see if there's a little bit more space that maybe has shown up in the body as we've been holding this pose now for just over 2 minutes. We've got about 3 more breaths left. Take your time. The breath is full. The exhale is complete.
Hands to the mat. We're slowly going to start walking ourselves back towards our body. We're going to sit back onto that right hip, and we're going to swing that left leg around to the front of the mat. So our right foot is now against the inner thigh of the left leg. So we want to position our belly pointing towards the left thigh. We're going to inhale, reach our arms up. And on an exhale, lifting up and out of the hips, come forward. Now maybe your hands will just be on the shin, maybe on the ankle, maybe you can get them all the way down to the foot. Find your position here. And we're going to let go of the effort now, so just release your hands alongside the leg. Just let yourself melt over that left leg. Let go of ego. We always want to see how far we can get down. I'm inviting you, though, to just practice acceptance today. Just accepting where you are. Every day our body's in a different position. It's in a different temperament. It's like the body has its own weather system, and every day it changes slightly. Just melting over that leg. Just simply feeling the breath slide in and out of the body. Noticing where there's energy circulating that could be softened. Preparing the body to move again. We're going to push into our fingertips and simply start walking our hands back to our body to bring ourselves up. What I'm going to have you do is just come down into lying on, come down onto your elbows, lying towards your back, and then go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Keep the right foot against the inner thigh of the left leg. Now let your right hand simply rest on the thigh of the right leg, up by the knee. And let your left hand just simply rest and support the left hip. Wanting to keep that left hip down. Letting gravity do its magic. And slowly let that right leg just surrender towards the earth. Again, practicing acceptance. Practicing patience. Just letting the opening in the hips just naturally show up. Notice where your mind is. Connect to the thoughts, to the breath. Just simply notice the silkiness of the breath as it comes into the body and moves through your body. Feel the surrender on the release. Maybe noticing that knee moving maybe a fraction of a millimeter, a little closer to the earth. And we're going to transition into wind relieving pose on the right side. So simply take your right hand to the outside of that right thigh and lift the knee up towards the sky. Bring your right foot on the floor. Now engage your left leg. Push the left heel away. Draw the right knee up towards your chest. Interlace the fingers below the kneecap. Back of the head on the mat. Breathe in. Push your left foot away. Breathe out and gently pull the right knee up towards your right shoulder. Breathe in, push the left heel away. Breathe out and gently pull right knee, right shoulder. One more breath in. One more breath out. Let's release that leg. Both feet on the floor. Roll over onto your right or left side. And push yourself up. Come to the top of your mat. Tabletop position. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Walk your dog out. Pushing into the right foot, lift your left knee, left leg up high to the sky. Bend your left knee and stack left hip on top of right. Push your right heel down. Open the hips up to the left. Straighten your leg, look straight ahead. Bring the left knee to the inside, behind the left wrist, just outside of the wrist. Drop the right knee down and curl the right toes. Walk your hands back to your hips. Notice that that left knee is outside of the hip. No, it's well to the left of that hip. Peeking over the right shoulder, you want to make sure that right leg is coming right out of the right thigh. Square your hips to the front, left hip back, right hip forward. Pull the belly in, lengthen the spine. Take some small little steps with the fingers, walking forward. And again, lowering yourself down, maybe just onto your elbows. You can again use your props to support the body. Or again, maybe you can come all the way down. And rest your head on your mat. Take a moment. Find your spot. Make all those small little adjustments so you can commit yourself for the next 3 minutes or so in this pose. Let your hips melt. Survey the inner landscape of the body, noticing where the body is still holding tension in this pose. This is a completely passive pose. You really want to just let go, let the body melt towards the earth. Once again, keeping in mind that modification, that adjustment, if this pose doesn't work for you, thinking about thread the needle here. Relax your face. Notice again where you're carrying energy and tension that is not helping you in this pose. Relaxing the forehead, the cheeks, relaxing around the eyes. Noticing if the teeth are clenched and relaxing the jaw. Relaxing through the shoulders. Relaxing in the abdominal area. Often in these poses we rely on a mantra, or we simply just count our breath. So if you're experiencing difficulty staying, and I really encourage you to stay, there's so many benefits here in this pose, that to keep yourself in position, keep yourself aware of the sensations, but not attached to them. Just breathe and just watch your breath. Over these last few weeks during this lockdown, I've been breathing in love. I've been breathing out fear. You may find that you want to breathe in something you want to acquire, something you want to claim as yours, a sense of peace, a sense of calm, maybe a sense of love. And you want to rid yourself now of various emotions, various degrees of anxiety. So just breathe. Breathe in what your body needs. Breathe in what your soul is asking for. Breathe out and release what is no longer serving your body. It doesn't help us to carry that stress. It doesn't help us to carry the anxiety. It doesn't help us to be in fear. So let the breath be the vehicle for bringing in what you need and releasing what you no longer need. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. Long and slow. Full and complete. Now preparing to move your body. Activate through the hands, push into the hands, lifting the arms, straightening the arms, and now very carefully starting to walk the hands back towards the body. We're going to drop over onto that left hip, left thigh, and sweep the right leg forward so the left foot is now positioned on the inner thigh. Adjust yourself so that the belly is pointing right towards that right knee. Stretch the body. Let's inhale, lift your heart, lift your hands up, look up, and then lifting up and out of the hips, forward fold over that right leg.
Just letting the body go out and come down. Just land where it lands. Squaring your hips again over top of that knee. And then just releasing whatever it is you're holding on to. Just relax. Find some comfort. You'll notice this side feels so much different than the other side. Our body is not asymmetrical. It's very different, of course, side to side. Relax. Notice where you're carrying tension, maybe in your face. Relax your shoulders. Give yourself permission to finger walk away from your body towards that right heel. Every couple of moments, just give yourself, is there a little bit more space there available for me? Is there somewhere more I can move? And again, not asking ego, but communicating to the body. I want to ensure those sits bones are staying rooted. Spine is staying long, but at the same time soft as it rounds over the right leg. Just a couple more breaths. And then taking your time, you're pushing into the fingertips, and you're slowly going to walk your hands back towards your body, bringing your body upright, and then making whatever adjustment you need here so that you can come to lie flat onto your back. Left knee is now drawn in towards your chest. Fingers over interlacing the shin bone. Start with a breath in here for wind relieving. Push your right heel away. Exhale, pull that left knee up towards your left shoulder. Left foot is soft, left side is soft. Right side is strong. Breathe in, push your right foot away. Breathe out and gently pull that left knee up towards the left shoulder, compressing the thigh against side body. Let's release that left knee. Bring the left foot onto the floor. Bend your right knee. Both feet now on the floor. Now, if you have a prop, such as a block or a blanket, or even some books, we're moving into a supported bridge pose. So I'm going to use this block. Now, the block has three different heights. A height of about 2.5 inches, a height of approximately 5 inches, and then an 8-inch size. So whatever size you wish. So I just want to lift your hips here and place that block under the sacrum, that triangular shaped bone at the bottom of the spine, and be the support there. And then you can just be like this. So this is at the lowest level, at that mid-level here. And I'll take it right up to the top, right up onto that high level. Now the feet can stay again flat on the floor. You may feel comfortable in making the legs go long here. And even maybe taking the arms over the head. So finding your supported fish or your supported bridge pose. Your chin is buried into your chest. Body is just soft. There's no work. There's no effort here. Just letting gravity do the work. As the prop, the block or the blanket or even the books, under the hips on the sacrum, provide the stretch that we're requiring here in the lower back.
Notice your thoughts, quality of your thoughts. Notice your breath. Noticing how the breath is moving in and out of your body. Notice again where the body may be carrying tension, where effort is there instead of ease. Surrendering and melting the body towards the earth. Just a couple more breaths. Preparing now to come out of the pose. Send your arms alongside your body. You push the elbows down. Soles of the feet on the mat, knees bent. Push into your feet to lift your hips. Slide what props may be under the hips. And very slowly and delicately, gently lower your spine one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the mat. Walk the soles of your feet so that they are touching one another. Cobbler pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the knees fall open as the soles of the feet rest against one another. You can rest your hands on your inner thighs. You might choose to put a hand on the belly and heart. Another lovely option is taking the arms up and over the head, maybe reaching for opposite elbows, melting here. Just awareness in the lower back as the knees melt to the earth. Coming out of the pose, bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Use the strength of your arms and not your legs to gently draw your legs together. Pull the knees into your chest. Tip your tailbone down, lengthen your spine, inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the thighs towards your chest. Take an inhale, big belly breath. Push the belly towards the thighs, pushing the thighs away from the body. Exhale, squeeze those thighs down. Moving into happy baby, spread your knees wide. Reach up in between your legs and take the inside soles of your feet. Take the soles of your feet to the sky. Kick your feet towards the ceiling. Use the strength of your arms and pull those knees towards the ground. A sense of playfulness gently rocking from side to side. Let your feet go, let them land on the floor. Take your arms out into a T shape, palms facing down. Lift your hips up, pushing into the feet. Slide your hips to the left edge of the mat, lower them down there. Draw the knees up towards your chest and then float the knees to the outside of the right side of the body. Take your right hand, place it on the thigh and the knee of the left leg. And then turn your head to look over the left shoulder. Try to maintain contact with the left shoulder blade to the earth. As you breathe in, send your breath down towards that left hip, which is stacked above the right hip. And exhale, long left side body towards your left shoulder. Feel where this breath moves in your body. And feel the sensations as the breath moves out. Take your gaze and look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, engage your core and float the knees back up to the sky. Place your feet on the mat. Push into your feet, lift your hips, slide your hips to the right edge of the mat, lower them there. Bring the knees up towards your chest and then roll the legs over to the left side of your body, stacking right knee on top of left. Maybe that left hand is going to rest on your thigh, rest on your knee. Maybe you're going to look left, maybe you're going to look up. Or the preferred is looking over the right shoulder if you can do that. Keeping your right shoulder rooted into the earth. Feeling the twist now in the spine. Feeling the chest. Feeling the mid-back. Feeling the compression in the belly. Gently turn your head to look up towards the ceiling. Engage your core. Inhale, let the legs float up. Grab a hold of your shins one more time. Give yourself a lovely, juicy hug. Releasing the legs. Letting everything land on the mat. Sending the long legs toward the heels towards the corner of the mat. Lifting the hips. Tucking the tailbone underneath you. Pushing into the elbows, the back of the head, sliding the shoulder blades under the heart. Turning the palms to face up to the sky. Taking the chin towards the chest, just a millimeter or so. Again, making all those little adjustments so we can commit ourselves to stillness for the last part of this class. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh through the mouth. Breathe in deeply, fill up through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Release. Let go.